Right. We just did 20 minutes. We're gonna cut out the first 19 and just post the last minute on YouTube. That's all there's to it. What's up, everybody? Circus here, coming at you with this week's new player discussion. And this week we're going to be doing resource management because I think this is a super important topic because I think it's one of the number one things people talk about in our Discord is I need my gems. I'm out of gems. Konami needs to give me more gems. Gems is one thing. There are a lot of other things in the game that need to be managed as well. So I got Jason in here. He's one of our new player helpers, and we're going to go over what you should be doing with your resources in the game. How you doing, Jason?
I'm doing good, Circus. How are you doing?
Not too bad. So this is something you guys hear about quite a bit in the new player help channel, right?
This is one of the biggest things that we hear on the new player help channel, just because certain players could be free to play, certain players could be a dolphin, whatever, right? But
Right.
they run out of certain in-game resources that they need to either progress or, they want to level up a character or something like that, to get a certain card or whatever it may be, a skill even.
Right. So I think the number one thing that we can touch on is obviously gems. This is the one where people are always saying, Konami, you're not giving us enough gems. And I always contend that maybe you're not spending them wisely, because if you do spend them wisely, there's more than enough gems in the game.
I would happen to also agree because I, for one, hold also a free-to-play account. Mm-hmm. And the biggest thing when it comes to that is resource managing your gems.
Yes.
So you must understand that if you are free-to-play or a dolphin, even a dolphin, I think what this would also apply, like resource managing your gems is fairly important nowadays in the game. A lot of the new decks that come out, even if you go through 3 runs of a box, is easily at worst 30,000 gems, probably more, depending on what else you're missing. So that is a big factor that you need to factor in before you go for a deck.
Well, this is something we talk about a lot in the new player videos: is don't buy a deck. And a lot of people think I mean with money. I also mean with gems. Just don't get a deck right away, because you want to target your spending wisely, because you can save gems up quickly, but if you need to go 3 times through a main box to get one card, you could be spending 20 to 30,000 gems to get that one card 3 times and then go into another box. So you got to make sure the deck that you want to get is one that you're going to play long term. And if you're chasing decks a lot, and that's why we warn people about entertaining videos on YouTube, seeing a deck, it's like, this deck is 6-0. Let's go. And then you chase that deck, and then you spend your gems unwisely.
Right. Then that means you would run your gem bank dry.
Right.
I'm fairly thankful that on the free-to-play account, I've been very, very stingy with gems. Even though I haven't played as much on the free-to-play account lately, I'm close back to about that 10,000 gem mark. Right. So, like you can definitely save and do well. Like, just that's one of the biggest things you need to manage. So you cannot be nilly-willy, especially if you're free to play or a dolphin, like, trying to go after every deck. That's just not feasibly possible.
Right.
For me, stick to 1, at most 2 decks, but ideally stick to 1 if possible.
Right. And that's why we always say, do your research, find out what's good in the meta, something that's going to last in the meta. And then you just become that guy. You're just the Blue Eyes guy. You're just the Noble Knights guy, or whatever the deck is at the time. You just become that
specialized guy. Specialize may be a better way for you,
right,
for this here.
Yeah, because you want to just become that person. You the person that plays that deck all the time. We see it all the time in tournaments, especially during the Shiranui era. We see guys coming in just playing Shiranui. Come hell or high water, no matter what happened in the meta, they always find a way to make Shiranui work. So I think keep that in mind with your gems. There are plenty of gems in the game, to spend them wisely. All right, the next one was, I think, a little bit less important, depending, I guess, is tickets. Dream tickets, very important. Other tickets, not so much. But dream tickets, my God, do not get Blue Eyes White Dragon with them.
Oh my goodness. This comes back to bite. It comes to bite us every time because we
Yeah.
hear of some players who are they go for a certain anime bias or they go for
Right.
a certain deck, whatever it may be. Like you do please do your research. Either you get staples or if you're intent on going for a certain deck, you plan for it.
Yeah, see, I already spent my dream tickets because I knew what I wanted. I wanted to get some staple cards with them, so that's what I did. But the biggest question people give us a lot of times is, what should I get with my dream ticket? Like, we're gonna give you like a magical card that's just gonna like make some deck better or just make your account awesome. When it really comes down to, people hate us for it, but do you have your staples? Those are super important. Are you finishing a deck instead of spending 10,000 gems to get that last UR? Can you use the dream ticket for it? And is it a deck that's gonna last long term? You know, do you want to use your dream ticket to get that last wagon for your super heavy samurai deck? Probably not.
There's better things to spend it on,
Right.
in my opinion, anyways, right? Like if you're missing a key component card for
Right.
your deck, right? So let's say even very quickly, even dark. Let's say a recent comeback, Dark Lords, for example, right? You maybe you have had like tried to build Dark Lords back in the day, like you're missing a banishment, right?
Right.
Then okay, fine. I'm okay with you using a Dream UR to get a banishment, finish the deck. Cool, right? But
Yeah.
I find it all just depends on your case, right? It's not a one size fits all approach. That's just not possible.
Yeah, I think a lot of times people ask and they want us to just name the one card that everybody should have, and it's like, well, it just doesn't work that way. It really comes down to what does your account look like, and what do you need?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's why, for me and the other new player helpers, we prefer a personalized approach rather than one size fits all. The one size fits all we will agree on is staple cards because they're just universal. The problem is after that is, what are you trying to do? What do you want to go after? Right?
Yeah, people hate the idea of staples because it's a very long, slow approach, but they're cards that last forever because you could chase after a card and it might be good in one deck, but it might not be good later on in another deck. Like, I'm picking on Super Heavy Samurai, but getting 3 of the UR for Super
the wagon,
that long term, you're probably not going to play that like a lot. But here we go. People are getting mad. Get your keyboards ready. Canada. There, I said it. Good long term.
Understand. We're trying to play the long game with you guys here. We're not,
Yep.
Oh, we're trying to play the long game. Please understand.
Yep. All right. Next one. Card trader resources like jewels, stones, gold, and skill chips. I don't care about any of these. Do you?
Not really. Like skill chips, maybe to an extent, right?
Skill chips, I have 300. Every time I get more, it destroys the ones I have.
That
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. It's so tedious, and then you're just like,
It's like, really?
Is this character missing a skill? Okay, let's see what we can get. Okay. But like honestly, like jewels, stones, gold, skill chips, I wouldn't worry about those too much. The only way you can really get those well is just play the game.
Right.
There's no point stressing. Like
I almost don't. I just don't think you can even like waste these things. Like, I'm looking at one now for Seto Kaiba. It's to the point now where he's got like 3 or 4 skills remaining. And they want 22 SRs, 11 URs, and 100 skill chips. I'm like, get out of here. That's way too much.
That's
a terrible
the unfortunate
deal.
That's the unfortunate truth circus, because for a character, the more skills you have on there already, the later ones just get expensive, right?
That's
compared to if you just unlocked it, like, okay, then it's like super cheap, right?
Oh no, wait, he's got 2, 4, 5, 6 left. At 6 left, it's that expensive. That's crazy. I'm gonna keep my skill chips, and you can destroy them before I will spend that on them. That's crazy. I do have a skill ticket, and those I always say just hang on to them until they're about to expire, or you're gonna build a deck, and like the character you want, you don't have that skill.
That's a good point. So honestly, for jewels, stones, gold, skill chips, even just play the game. Don't worry about them too much. Like there are some good card trader cards in there. Kiteroid, Chaos Hunter for DNA surgery for some quick examples. But I honestly wouldn't worry about those. Just like you'll accumulate the resources over time as you play. Right. So honestly, guys, just I wouldn't worry about.
I don't even pay attention to those things anymore.
No,
except the gold. I have 13 million. I hope to be at 14 soon. Duel orbs. Duel orbs is a pretty good one. A lot of people have different ways they like to use these. I'd say just hang on to them until there's a reason to use them. A lot of people say wait to the 1.5 experience. That's a good time to use them. Kamel said a good time he likes to use them is when a new character comes out, and he wants to level them up quickly.
Those are both valid points. I would also agree with the first one. Save it, and when you get a bonus EXP campaign going on, like there you don't have to grind. You don't have to. You just auto duel. You don't have to grind.
It's so much easier. Yeah, it's so much easier.
You could prep dinner and just be auto dueling with
right.
That,
just
and you
bam.
can right.
Yeah. Duel orbs is easy. Just don't spend them unless you absolutely need them. I mean, when you're first starting out the game, you're gonna feel like you need to.
Yeah, just take it slow. Don't rush it.
Yeah. All right, what's next? Keys. Yeah. Oh, who cares about keys? Who put this on the list? Who made this list? Are keys even relevant anymore? Now, when the game first started, when I first started playing like 4 years ago, keys were so important. But now, do people even farm anymore?
I would say it depends on the case. Circus. So there are a couple of, I'd say, uses for them. Well, so the big thing is again for the new player that starts from scratch, from nothing, right? They're gonna be, they don't have keys, they don't have the card trader resources, those things. They're like, I need to get.
What are you farming for even at this point? What character has anything that's worth farming? That's why I'm like, honestly, I have 203,000 normal gate keys. I haven't farmed in I don't know how long. I mean, I do once in a while, but not a lot. Maybe when it's probably been a while. When there's
it's probably been a while. Yeah, it's probably been a while.
When the game first started, like you could build decks off the stuff you could farm off these early DM characters. So you wanted to get like your play against Seto Kaiba to get your enemy controller and stuff like that. Now it's like, or Champ's Vigilance. That was a big card back in the day, but now.
Oh yeah, Champion's Vigilance. Yeah.
Now there's nothing even worth farming. I mean, we can look at right here. We'll go to Zexel and look at some of these characters. And what does Yuma have? What do you?
There's nothing much. Even the exceed that they give in there is a level up reward. So it's not.
Yeah, none of this stuff is just like stellar. So I don't know. I'd say spend them if you want.
Well, I'd say the best time to use keys now is when the bonus EXP campaign rolls around.
Oh, okay, so there you go.
The fastest way to use them well is so a legendary duelist at the gate, level 10, multiplier on 3. So you'll get at least 1,500 EXP per run of those. If it's a bonus campaign, EXP 2,250.
There you go. Jason found a use for him. There you go. Save them up. There you go.
Just save them up, guys. Like,
so you're farming XP. You're not farming cards.
No, just it's better to farm EXP than really farm cards now.
I don't even farm XP. Opinion. I don't even care. I mean, I guess
it depends. Depends on the character. Like, you want to farm, like, that's the thing.
I guess it's like you need the gems. If you got to get the gems, right?
Well, if you got to get the gems, or if like you need to get Seto Kaiba to level 45 and play your Blue Eyes deck, there you go.
Yeah, get out of here. EX jewels. Those are event ones. These I only care about. I just want the prismatic card. That's all I want.
I think that's for the case for most people too. Yeah. It's just like just get what you can. Watch like before the end of the event, that like right near the end of the event. Okay, see what you have, and then see what good items that you can get out of them,
Mm-hmm.
and go from there. Honestly,
Yeah. I always like getting the. Oh, you can get 2 prismatics in this event. I'm gonna be busy. The newest event, you
ooh,
can get 2 different UR prismatics. So let's get in there, boys. They both
is one
cost.
is
They both
is one of
cost
them the
400.
blade? Oh, they both cost 400. I was gonna say, Circus, is one of them the new synchro, the blade blaster?
One's the power. Yes, the blade blaster and the power gladiator. So there you
Oh,
go.
they're both. They're giving them both.
Yeah, at 500 apiece, you're gonna need 1,000 EX jewels. Get in there. There you go. Gate keys, whatever. Dual orbs,
E-
get in there.
EX jewels. But honestly, personally, from the sound of things, I'd rather prismatic the blade blaster just because it's a very cool looking boss monster.
Yeah, it did look like a cool card. But yeah, just get your prizzies. That's all I do with them.
hmm And whatever useful resources that you can get. Which, speaking of which, in the last one we have is so the booster items.
Yes. Result boosters. Those are I actually use those in certain cases. Usually when I'm going up against the vagabond.
Oh no, in my case, usually it's the EXP booster that I would use on the Vagabond, just
Yes.
because then also helps. The best time to use an EXP booster is during, again, the bonus EXP campaign on the Vagabond. It best stacks then, because as I was saying earlier, the level 10 multiplier 3 on the gate, the EXP booster does not really stack with those, but it
Mhm.
stacks with Vagabonds. So save them for those.
All right, I'm going in here. I'm using my Performa Pal deck. I'm using all 4 boosters. I'm going to get results, XP, extra life, and an extra card. I'm going up against, it looks like Thunder Dragons. Let's go. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I would say be a little bit more stingy with these just because you don't get them as much.
Yeah. The results booster, I also just wanted to note, Circus, I think the best use for those is when you're trying to farm skills off a certain character.
Mm-hmm.
Also helps when the game is doing a bonus results campaign. So you get the extra 1,000 points for results, and you're just like, oh, pray that a certain character skill drops, right?
Right. But I suppose if you're just constantly farming XP, to level up, to get gems, it's a lot different game, right?
It's a completely different game compared to the other resources that we were mentioning. So as I said,
the only resource I care about in this game is the dollar. That's the one that I prefer. That's my favorite resource in this whole game. The credit card.
Oh man.
This video doesn't even make sense to me. I'm glad you're here, Jason.
Well, that's why I'm here to try to make sense of it a little better. So as I was saying,
I like being able to skip all these things and just use the credit card.
Well, in your case, Circus, sure, you could do that, but for
it's because
the vast majority of people,
I am extremely rich.
The vast majority of people would not agree with you, Circus. You know that.
What's that? That I'm rich?
No, the fact that they can't whip out the credit card.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of people that do this free to play, but I like collecting these things, but I would hate to feel obligated to get them. Like I have to do this so I can play the game. You know what I mean?
Right.
I can understand people's frustrations. I know I'm giving you guys a hard time here, but I totally get the frustrations where it's like, I need more gems, I need more chips, I need more keys. It's gotta be extremely frustrating if the only way to like build a deck is to like grind and grind and grind and grind, and then it gets nerfed or power crept or something.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad for people. That's why
I totally agree. That's why
we're
we
bringing
say
it back around. Don't waste your gems. That's why we don't want you to waste your gems. That's why we want you to do staple cards. That's why we want you to research the decks. We want you to get advice and help. Because if you're grinding out all that stuff, all this time, it should be worth it.
Right. So big takeaway from today, everyone. Don't waste your resources.
Right. We just did 20 minutes. We're gonna cut out the first 19 and just post the last minute on YouTube. That's all there is to it. Yeah, we're gonna get out of here. You should get in the Discord though, because it's free. That's great for free to play players. The tournaments are free. That's great for free to play players. Jason's advice is free. That's also great for free-to-play players. And you should subscribe because we're trying to hit 11,000 subs on YouTube by the end of the month. And if we do, no joking, at 10,000, Rye's going to shave his head. At 11,000, he's going to shave his beard.
Let's make it happen, YouTube. I
12,000
want to see Rye shave that beard.
12,000 by the end of March. Jason shaves his head. Confirmed. It's true.
You're really killing me here, Circus.
12,000 by the end of March. Don't worry, it's like 3,000 people, dude. You're all right.
I beg to differ. That might not be all right.
All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. I'm Circus. That's Jason.
We'll see you next time.
All right, see ya.